Good morning. So today we're gonna learn about how to make some seed tape. We know you've got some extra stashes of TP laying around, so hopefully the weed eater is not too loud in the background. I'm just gonna go through the steps, talk about the things that you need as I go through it. One thing you definitely are going to need is your choice of veggie. When you're choosing, carrots are a good choice because the seeds are very small, and that's where seed tape comes in, is very useful. If you have a really big seed, don't worry about seed tape. It's easy to plop those right in the ground. Seed tape's kind of expensive, so being able to make your own is a nice little trick, and it's a great time, all of us stuck at home, to be able to learn and experiment. This is not an exact science, what I'm about to show you. If you have thicker toilet paper, you may want to try and peel it down to a thinner layer, even if more of the top layer comes off. And again, like I said, not an exact science. Now we added a mower to the background. Some other things that you may want to have on hand. Let's see. You could use a non-toxic glue, but today we're going to show you how to do it with flour and water. That would help it qualify in more of the organic category. Any concerns about glue toxicity, how it'll affect the seed, you don't have to worry as much about it. You'll also want something little with a little end, like a paintbrush, maybe a toothpick, to pick up the seeds. You will want something to measure with. I'm using measuring tape. You can use a ruler, you can gauge with your hand, and you will want something for marking. Especially to label. Okay, that should be pretty good. I've got most of that off. So what I'm gonna do next, I've separated the toilet paper to thinner. I'm gonna write carrots up near the top corner. And then on the back, it's telling me spacing the plant 3 inches. So I'll go ahead, pull this out. And then, just like maybe an inch down from the top, you're gonna make your little marks for every 3 inches. I'm not good at making things perfect and straight, but with plants, they're pretty forgiving. Okay, next, this is the part where it's a little more playing with it. You don't want your flour glue to be too wet, so you don't want it quite as wet. I did 2 tablespoons, and I'm just going to start with a tablespoon of water. Mix it. You don't want it as wet as a normal glue because it's water-based, and if you're going to store your seed tape a little bit, you don't want the seed starting to sprout because you have too much water. Again, I'm not sure how important that is, but according to Better Homes and Gardens, you don't want too much water. So I'm gonna go with what they say. That is definitely too dry, so I'm just gonna add 1 more tablespoon and do it at a time until we get the consistency we want. The nice thing with this is you just keep adding until until you get it right where you want it. This is a fun thing to do with your kids, or you could just do it yourself. To me, that's a little doughy. I don't think I want a whole tablespoon though. So I did about 2.5 tablespoons of water and 2 tablespoons of flour. Okay. Next, I'm going to go ahead and use the toothpick. I've tested it with that before. A little glob on there, and then you just pick up a seed. Got the little seed in there, and you go along, oops, and put it on near your dots. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more water because that wasn't overly sticky. Go to plant, you're going to just be following the packet directions, you know, digging to the depth, and you're going to end up laying the finished tape down at the bottom, covering it with soil and watering it. And then the seeds, the idea is the seeds will break through because it's such a thin covering. And you'll have them all nice and neatly spaced. You don't have to worry as much about thinning, because you're picking up one seed at a time. Normally when you're putting it in the soil, you get all these little runs of seeds and you waste them. This cuts back on that. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one. That's got the little dabs on there, and show you what the next step would have been. That you fold it. You could add a little bit of glue to glue it, and that doesn't seem a necessary step. You fold it in half. I left a little space so I could actually see the carrots easily. And I'm going to turn it upside down. And you can then roll your little tape. And you want it in a cool, dry place. And then, like I said, when the time comes for you to plant it, right now is actually a good time to plant carrots, so you wouldn't necessarily want to save it right now. Just go out, dig a little bit. It says 4 seeds per inch, I'd rather cover seeds from the soil. Only 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch depth. So you just cut down, make your little trove in the ground, stick it and roll it out, cover it up, water it, and hopefully you'll have carrots in 75 days.